What's up there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Mars Anomalies channel. This video on this particular video, I'm going to tackle the Mars on. It's in the Sidonia area of Mars, and this has been a big talk for oh my God, since it's been discovered. And as everybody knows, if you don't know this guy on the screen, that's Richard C. Hoagland. Um, Somebody had mentioned to me, one of my subscribers mentioned to me, hey, it'd be good to like have some kind of maybe a video on Richard C. Hoagland or something like that, but it would just be a lot to really get into. I may do one in the future, I'm not sure yet. But a lot of people will say he's out of his mind, and some people say, I like all of his work. I'm in the middle, and I'm going to tell you why I am. Because first off, I'm saying to myself, okay, let me backtrack just a little bit, just step back just a hair. I watched a video this morning, okay? And this morning, it was like a little excerpt of one of the larger videos I've seen before, and he just came out and said, Mars hasn't seen rain for over millions of years, or at least millions of years. Okay, and the reason why I think that statement is bogus right off the bat, okay, is that I have a few pictures showing rivers and bodies of water. My buddy Will, just from What's Up in the Sky 37, he just did one. He got it from JP Skipper's site, and it shows like lakes and bodies of water. Okay. Now, again, I'm no scientist or anything of that sort, but I'm trying to put one and one together where I'm saying, okay, somewhere these lakes, without getting replenished, they'd have to dry up. Because everybody goes, well, the sun's not as maybe that much, it may not be that much sun to evaporate it. Well, that's not true, because if it has thin atmosphere, even though it is the fourth planet, it still would be strong because it doesn't have an atmosphere to filter it out and block out some of the harmful rays and all this other crap that we'd have here on Earth. So, if it's thinner there, then there's nothing to hold back the heat and the sun and the radiation, right? Okay, so to me, if there's lakes and bodies of water, that would imply that there's some kind of ecosystem going on. And what I mean by that, I mean, in just in short and very small, what I would say was this. We all know that water gets evaporated, it turns into vapors and clouds into the air, it becomes too heavy because there's too much moisture, and then comes down as a form of rain. Quite simply. Now, I'm not getting technical about it, but that's basically in a nutshell. Okay. And we've seen pictures where it looked like it had just rained when they took the pictures. So, for him to say it hasn't rained, I mean, okay, let's just assume his theory is correct. You're telling me that this water does never evaporate? It never evaporates from these lakes? I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem right to me. It just, because I'm thinking, I'm relating it to things here on Earth. If you had a lake that never got replenished, and the sun constantly just sucked it up, in other words, it just constantly just evaporated, there'd be nothing there. It'd be nothing but a lake bed. So, I don't know. I find it hard to believe. It's almost like he's got like an agenda. Like, some things he's willing to say yes to, and some things he's willing to say no to. Like, he's got a higher power himself. So, or somebody's telling him and dictating to him what he should put and what he shouldn't. And there was also a picture he showed on, it was actually PIA, and you guys can look this up, PIA 05314, and he showed like at least five or six items that said, these are artificial and stuff like that. Okay, I'm thinking to myself, my first impression is he says he's got a team. So these guys got this sophisticated software to look at everything that's on these pictures and can see these. Okay, and I believe that they do. What I have a problem with is, how come they never invert a picture? I have inverted a picture, and I've seen so many fake rocks on that area, but they don't have it circled. They're just showing just the obvious. They're not showing the non-obvious. I've actually seen like at least two or three things that look more modern. Like they had a straight line, like a metal tube, and some other weird, I don't even know what the trinket, let's call it for lack of a better word. It was some kind of objects or something like that look of modern nature, not rocks. Yet they don't see this stuff? Come on. I find it hard to believe these guys are idiots. And I believe they're using sophisticated software, at least compared to what I'm using. And they don't see this? That's why I'm like up in the air about, Richard. I think I like his work, because anybody who's willing to blow the whistle on, people that are doing wrong or just lying to the public, I think they get props up. You know what I mean? That's all there is to it. So, anyway, he's showing right here the face on Mars, and that's in the Sidonia area. And it always shows this little eyeball right here. Okay, I don't know if this thing's real or not. I mean, I saw another picture and it showed what I think he referred to as the wall. And it said like I think the video said satellite dish in the wall or some crap or something like that. And I'm looking at him saying, actually it looked like a giant tombstone and then you see the wall around the back side of it. So I don't know. I think it's manufactured. I mean, meaning it's been taken out. There's something actually underneath that, and I believe the face is the same way. It really is. Because, and I'm going to show you. Believe it or not, there's cities all over this face, and it's all over the whole around the face, and you don't even have to dig very deep to see this. But anyway, it shows like right in this pupil here, and it's funny how this area is like really defined, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But and you guys can make a decision whether you think this thing's real or not. I mean, it shows it in the satellite pictures, but it also shows this particular picture, and then it shows the one that's a lot more distorted, and it doesn't have any definition to the face at all. So it makes you wonder, okay, guys, you're telling me that thing eroded that quickly? You know, over a course of 10, 20 years, it's like completely gone almost? It just really makes you trying to understand where, you know, if it's manipulated. I mean, I don't know. The list goes on. But let's jump over to this one here. Okay. Here's the distorted face. Well, you can see the difference between that and that. Yeah, I don't know, guys. But anyway, I can just simply do this. Yeah, let's cancel that. Okay. Let's zoom into this. And I'm going to show you right off the bat, just inside here alone, and on the edges, there's actually cities there. And the reason why I call them cities is because here's the thing. This stuff is too, and I use the term manufactured, meaning it doesn't look like it's anything of nature. Let me jump in. Okay. Now here's the part where I was telling you about as far as the eye. Okay. It should be right over here. This is around the eye section here. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out so you guys can see that. Get your perspective. See, this would be the eye. Here's the top of the head and then on the side. But this is around the eye area. And how coincidental how they show like a pupil, and it's like right in this area. Okay. And check this out. I thought this was pretty neat. Now, I've already done the steps there, so I can, you know, make the video a little shorter. But let's equalize. Now, all of a sudden, you see this weird shape thing right here. See it? It looks like there's some kind of round thing, and it's this right here. Well, that's kind of odd. Okay. Blur it up a little bit. Get a little more definition. Now invert it. What is that? I mean, come on. And here's the thing. Look at all the way down here, too. I mean, you can just see this thing. It's just, it's crazy. Look at this right here. You can actually see there's actual shapes here to it. There's actual shapes in here. Something goes all the way around here. There's actually something right here. It goes around, comes out to here, goes around here, around, comes down, and there's some kind of either tower or dome sitting right on top of it. What this reflective thing is, I don't know. Maybe it's another building. Look at this right here. Look at the way these things come down. It's like this is coming from somewhere, comes down, goes to here. There's some other round thing right here. I don't know if by lightning, that's just going to make it worse. Right here, that dome. Look at all these just weird shapes. You know these are not. Look at this. Like a kind of stretched out M kind of shape. Is this a structure? Is it some kind of craft? I don't know. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3. Like something's on the ground here. Like this comes down. And everywhere you look in this picture, there's some kind of weird shape thing. Like, well, here's an example. It looks like it's actually lighter here. Watch. See how it's lighter there, and then more darker here. Now, inverting, this is going to be lighter, and that's going to be darker. So, it makes you believe that the light's more over here. So, you know, it kind of like goes over the, I'm going to use the term structures or whatever. But, I mean, look at this, how it's just like right here. Comes down. Right here. I mean, there's just too many things in this picture. Look at this right here. Right in here. They come down, got a shape to them. See it? Even if you were to go back to normal, let's blur it up a little bit, you can still see there's actually shapes here. It doesn't, look at this, the way it comes down. And these are in the picture. This is not inverted. And you can just see these weird, look at this. These weird shapes all in here. But by inverting it, you can see it just a little bit better, show some more definition. So even if it's inverted pictures and the shapes are different, it doesn't matter. The point is I'm trying to point out the actual idea that they're not rocks. These things are actual structures. And the other thing is, too, you don't know if they're inverted to begin with. So, I mean, look at this right here. Everywhere you look, there's some kind of weird shape going on. Coming out. This, here. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, And you can still see that there. See it? Right here. And it goes off and it branches off to here to here. And of course, I think a lot of this is like really manipulated anyway, so it really makes it hard to see this. Look at this. Right in here. Look at this. Look at this right here. This is pretty crazy. Look at this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if that's something like 9, 10, 11. It's like all surrounding that particular area. What's the chances of that being like of nature and not somebody had put it there? I mean, I don't know. Look at this area down here. Look at 1, 2, 3 things just like sitting parallel all across this area. It's got these paths or streets or whatever these are. Look at this. Something round right here with something at the top of it. Looks like kind of shiny or really polished, whatever they are, building structures, whatever they are. I mean, everywhere you look, there's something like this in this picture. At least on top of this vase. Okay. Let me just back out a little bit. Okay, clear it up a little bit. And like I said, everywhere you look in this picture, this round thing here. What about this here? Let me jump back in so you guys can get a better view of this. See it right here. Round thing here. It branches off. It actually comes out. There's something on the side of that. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 things inside this arch. Or is it just laid down on the ground and it just appears that way? Got this round thing here with this black dot in the center. Now, if I just go back to... Well, so you can't see that. See, that's the problem. They just blur it out so badly, you just can't see this thing. But there it is. I mean, you know, I'd actually use that brightness, that last step, to show you the lighter areas to kind of dull it out a little bit. But, I mean, you can just see, if you look really carefully, you see what looks like little streets. And look at this. This one comes around, comes all the way down, comes to here, all the way down. And I mean, it just keeps going. Look at this. It keeps going here, all over here. I mean, there's roads and buildings and structures. You name it, it's all over this thing. You name it, it's there. That's to help dull it out just a little bit. Like I said, look at all these just shapes down here. What about way down here? Look at this. Comes all the way down, goes down to here. Here, here, here. Look at it. It's crazy. Even by doing that. Okay, this is the natural picture. Look at this. Something right here. Looks like it's rectangular. Something comes down to here. This is not an accident, guys. I don't believe it is. I don't think this is nature. Look at this. Okay. Right here. Circle, circle. Are they domes? Just large round structures. Look at it. Comes down here. Have these weird rounded kind of shape things here. Let's see if we can see it. Look at this right here. Looks like a U kind of shape. All that is open area. But that's not open because watch. Well, keep forgetting to blur that. But you can see it right there. All this area here. I mean, look at this. I mean, it does. I mean, you can tell it's just not natural. It just doesn't make any sense. And just to give you guys an idea, well, I don't know if it's going to show it, but let me see. I don't know if we'll find it now, but okay, let me do it that way. See, like you don't see quite as much here, and then all of a sudden you see a ton of it. Look at it. I mean, everywhere you look, here's that round thing here, and it branches off. I mean, you can just see all these little structures. Look at them. 1, 2, 3. They run like horizontal with each other. And look at this here. 1, 2, 3. 1, and there's 1. There's 3 there. Yeah, these don't appear like these are rocks to me, but that's the picture you get, and this is what I just find really strange, because this happens to be at that pupil area, and like I said, I'll back way out and leave it inverted, and look, it just happens to be right there. So now, is it a bunch of crap, and this is really a mountain? And here's the other question. It just seems like it's really squared off here. I mean, right here, you can see right there. To me, this looks manufactured. Is this really raised up, or is it actually flat like the rest of the ground is, and somehow they just manipulated it to look like a mountain? I don't know. I'm not there on Mars. I couldn't tell you. But it's just something to think about. That's all. But there you go, and here's your base picture. Be none the wiser. Couldn't tell what you're looking at. So, and then when you see that, that's pretty clear. That here, that, and all of this inside here. All in this area. All like cities and stuff like that. Now, I've got another picture you've probably seen on Google, and you can Google this yourself. And it's all over the thing. I mean, it's crazy. Here's Hoagland again. Okay, this picture here. Now, this one here, I mean, this one's pretty wild because you can literally not do much to this picture and it actually pops out on you. And the only reason why I'm believing all around here, I mean, all around this is just cities, everywhere you look. And although most of them won't be clear, will raise a couple questions because you say to yourself, well, why does that look like that? It just looks like way too many structures on here to be just rock. And the first thing that threw me off when I first saw this picture was this. You know, picture looking at Google. And you're looking down at it doesn't have to matter. Let's use a Walmart parking lot, just for argument's sake. Right here, look at this wide open area. Now, we don't know how big this is, because let me give you perspective here. The perspective is, this is supposed to be, according to Hoagland, and some other sites, this is supposed to be a mile long, from here to here, and this is supposed to be 1,500 feet in the air. At least that's what he says. Okay. Is it possible? Sure, I'll go with that. I don't know. But you look at these right here, okay, and look at, they're just sitting parallel with each other. There's one that's longer, one's like, it's like small, medium, and then large, meaning just the object sitting here, and they're running, just sitting right on the side of each other. And there's something here. Now look, if you step back, and you see a ton of this. Now, let me throw a little brightness in here, try to enhance it a little bit, okay. All right. Take out some of the color. You can drop some of the blur. See that? I mean, they just have how they pop out. Now watch this. Look at this right here. Is that like a reflection of, is that like a river and it's like a reflection from the sun itself? Or is it just something, some kind of shiny object on the ground? Look at right here. Like at 1, 2, 3. And the way it goes across. See it? Goes across, goes across. It has this arch like curvature to this terrain. Everywhere you look, it looks like there's something there. Look at it, something round right there. Let me come in a little bit. If I go all the way to the back here, look at this thing right here. Something really shiny, it's got a dot right in the middle of it. See that? 1, 2, 3. 3 things running parallel or just running with each other right there. See it? Look at this. I mean, everywhere you look, it looks like there's some kind of something sitting there. Now, I believe this green is actually their way of messing with this picture. The reason why I say that is because I look at some of these. Let's assume, I don't know, let's find one here. Okay, here's a good example. You look right here, and it looks like it could be a road. Why is it green? Now, if there was trees and there was foliage over the road, you just wouldn't see the road. So that makes me believe that it's been manipulated, and it's, you know, it's simply just blotched over this to hide out most of what's here. Now, when I invert, like this area right here, here's a good example. Look at this right here. Looks like some kind of structure, some kind of building right here. It's got these weird arches to it. See it? It goes around. Okay. It's still there no matter what. And it's got this weird thing sitting at the top of it. Okay. Blur it up a little bit. Okay. Even if we don't do that, here it is. And look at all of these little structures sitting right on the side of each other. Look at these roads. Look at this. And it looks like it's blurred out right there, but you can see it goes like this. Comes out, goes over to here. I mean, come on. It's still there. Look at it. Right there, perfect. I don't believe this is accidental. I really believe these are actual structures. And here's that other eye again, but this time, every time you see it, it appears to be something different. See it right there? Let me see if I can't move in just a hair bit. But see, it's got this dot, and it's got this weird square thing. And there's some other round thing with a black area here. But if you were to go back, they just make it really difficult to see this stuff. And I mean, come on. You can just tell this thing's been manipulated so badly. It's really sad. I don't know if I believe all the lines in this, because I think it's been manipulated really badly. So, but I do look at things that just pop out. This I thought was some kind of light, which is still a good possibility. Here's the regular picture. Got what looks like a hole in the ground. And I don't know, but at first I thought this was maybe light coming out. But then I'm looking, I'm saying, why does it look like it's got a perfect line right here? See it? And there's one on the other side. Now, is it just a bunch of blotch? It looks like blur to me. It looks like they did it here too. But when you invert it, it looks like a light, projecting more light. I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's just trying to hide something. Look at this right here. Look at the way they have these straight lines running across, and there's something round right there, here. I mean, just look at any part of this picture, guys. I mean, you can just see it's just crazy. Look at it rolling right here. Look at all, it looks like all little streets in here. No matter where you look, and it looks like these structures, but they have this habit of putting like these, like white, I don't know, yeah, they kind of contrast it out on the top of the actual object. So this way it gives you this, you just can't see what it is. In other words, because it's probably large enough so you'd go, oh my God, that's what that is. But by doing that, they block it out. And look at all down here, all these little tiny buildings. I mean, just look at the picture itself. Just look in this area alone. And you can see these crazy little things sitting right here. See it? There's wide open areas. And it looks perfectly squared. See it? Now, is it part of the picture? Hell, I'm willing to, go with that. But there's some things in here that just don't make any sense. I mean, things that just run horizontal with each other. They're right next to each other, like they're perfectly put there. Or I should say purposely put there. Let me see, what else we got here? I mean, just look around the picture. Look at this. Comes down, here, here. And guys, this is not even inverted. Even when I invert, it's still there. So what's that tell you? It hasn't been taken out, and it hasn't been put there. So that tells you one thing. It's in the picture. I mean, all of this in here. Now, see, like I said, I'm not sure I believe this unless this was put there to hide whatever's actually in the picture. Because you can see things right here, too. Look at it. Comes down, goes across. Look at this 90-degree angle. Bang, comes down. And like I said, this is the natural picture. This is the inversion. And it's still coming down. So it's in the picture. Now, like I said, is this actually a mountainside? Or is it actually flat ground and they just did everything could to blotch it out? How do we know this isn't the main part of this huge city? How do we know? I don't. Let me see what else we got. I mean, like I said, you can Google this. There's 2 or 3 of these that had different angles, and guess what? This stuff is still in the picture, no matter what you do to it. So it's there. But, I mean, here's another thing. This was pretty wild to me, too, guys. I don't know if you're going to see this, but how well you can see it, but I'm going to try my damnedest to bring it in. Look at this. It looks like some kind of plane sitting right here. Let me do this. Let me go back to the original picture. It looks like you can see what looks like a wing. Goes out to here. Comes down. Looks like the small tail end wings. Comes back out like you got the fuselage. Here's the other wing. The front end. And it's like shiny. And there's actually something right there too. It's got like this little dome thing, but it's really hard to pull out. See, it's got like some kind of structure type thing, and it's got some kind of something shining on the end of it. But you don't have to look very far and look behind it. There's all these other little structures all around here. But see that? It looks like it's got a wing on it. Comes down. Looks like the back wings. Like some small Cessna, only it doesn't have the other, other, I don't call it rudder wing. Call it what you want. But, I mean, it's just weird how that shape is just sitting right there. But look at this. Just these weird shapes everywhere you look. Right in here. See it? Okay. So that's what I'm saying, guys. I mean, as always, you guys give me a take on it. Tell me what you think. But, I mean, everywhere you look in this picture, there's just something in it. And you can just see what looks like little structures all in here. Like I said, even inverting. We'll try to take out some of the... Okay? Even inverting, you can still see what looks like little structures everywhere you look in this picture. Like I said, this area right here. It looks like little buildings. It comes up, has this weird arch kind of thing. Look at this in the back. And you can see what looks like little structures in it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a bunch of crap back here. I can't tell what it is, but there they all are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, actually, you can see more of them now. But it's there. And just look anywhere in between. It's very fine. But all of these little 1, 2 things running right on the side of each other. Like I said, this can't be an accident. And it can't be just nature doing this. I mean, look at this. Okay? All right. Let me go back to this other picture for a moment. I don't know if I showed you... I was showing you the other structures. Let me see if I can find this again. I don't know if I covered this, but Like right in here, look at when I say this is stuff that's not accidental. Look how perfect these things are. Look at this. Comes out, goes across, comes back down, and I cancel that. This right here. Okay. Now I can take this out. Well, I can do that there, but look at here's the base picture. You wouldn't see that there. Okay. Now even here, it's showing something here. It's like round, something at the top. Look at this. And it's some 1, 2, 3. Look at this. Inverting it actually shows the outline of these things, and you can see it pretty darn well. Again, I don't know if this picture is inverted to begin with, and that's the reason why it looks so much better when it's inverted, or because, I mean, look, I mean, yeah, anything's possible. They could have already inverted it, and by me inverting it, you're actually seeing the real picture. Look at this. Look how the landscape is like cut out real nice, and it's got something right here, and it's got this other building or structure, whatever this is. I don't know. But you can just see this cluster of stuff. It just looks like a city. It doesn't look like stuff that's just randomly thrown there, like rocks or whatever. Look at this. Round. No matter where you look, these things are still there. Round things here with like a dome kind of thing on it. Look at this. Just look around anywhere in this picture, you can see this stuff. But anyway, let me hop out of here. I just wanted to show you guys this. This is my take on it. I believe that this stuff is absolutely there. I'm not so sure I believe this particular picture, even though they show it on NASA. But I mean, come on, we know NASA or anybody, you know, the ESA or JPL would never lie to us. We know that, right? But this looks fake, and this looks more realistic. And you can just see these things all over inside here, all the way up in here. Just look at it yourself. You know, it's absolutely crazy. I'll leave the link to this particular one. The other one you can find pretty easy. I mean, you just Google that, and it's just right there in your face kind of thing. So, you know, you guys can check this stuff out and tell me what you think. As always, I always appreciate you guys' comments and, you know, just your take on it. You can tell me what you think. But here it is. I mean, you can just see that, like I said, it just happens to be where that pupil area is, you know. So it's kind of weird how it's hard to tell what they're doing with these pictures and what their motives are and everything. But with that, I'm going to jump out of here. And like I said, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. You'll see a lot of wild pictures and some good videos just showing how they're going about lying to us. And, you know, and of course, a lot of people are just believing it. And my hopes is that, you know, just I can open your eyes. And that's what my channel is all about. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, I'll be probably doing another video on this, you know, maybe not right away, but soon. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching as always, and I will see you next pick.